Hello guys, my name is Troy and welcome back to part 2 of the best book quotes, a new series on my channel where I find and discuss the best book quotes with you. I will leave part 1 up there for you, but basically I just went over the first 16 quotes I wanted to talk about. It was a really deep and powerful video, and I learned a lot from it myself, just going through all these really inspirational and philosophical quotes. Thank you guys so much for the support on the first episode. Y'all really seem to like it, so I'm going to continue with this, and I'm actually starting to involve you guys a lot more in this series, so it's going to be really fun. In today's episode, I have 10 quotes that I picked out and then 5 from your comments on the last video with your favorite book quotes. And that's kind of like my way to kind of involve you guys. It's gonna be super fun. I'm gonna be reacting to yours and discussing mine, and we're just gonna have a really good another episode and another video of me discussing the best book quotes. So make sure to leave a like on this video if you're excited, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already for more bookish content every Wednesday and Saturday, and a lot of exciting stuff coming, so make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. But yeah, let's just go into the first quote and start with this awesome fun video. So we're basically gonna alternate from doing 2 of my quotes and then 1 of your guys' quotes. And the first quote that I picked out was from the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I noticed in the last video that I didn't do a single quote from this series, so now I have to kind of make up for that and do a couple now. So yeah, anyways, the first quote that I picked was, "Libraries were full of ideas. Perhaps the most dangerous and powerful of all weapons." And so this is another one of those kind of fun, book-loving quotes, and I really like it because it relates to, libraries and books again, and it just has a really meaningful tone to it, and it has that kind of feel wisdom and words and knowledge and books. They really are powerful, and they kind of instill ideas into people, and they really give the knowledge that is needed to, be weapons. And that's why in this series, the king did burn down the libraries, because the libraries were, really powerful, and he needed to stop the control and the people that were learning magic and learning ways to stop him. That's how the king is getting his hold on the world. And so, you can just really see how libraries have a lot of power. Sarah J. Maas really has a lot to say about books in this series, and I know that's another reason why I love this series and love Sarah J. Maas's books. But yeah, she has a bunch of book loving quotes because she's a book lover herself, and I just love how she incorporates that in this series. And then the next book quote is, "My name is Selena Sardathian," she whispered, "and I will not be afraid." And honestly, I just think that's such a powerful quote. Whenever Sarah J. Maas kind of wrote in this style, "My name is Selena Sardathian and I will not be afraid," I would always be like, oh my gosh, what a queen, it literally is so powerful and so emotional for me to be just reading through her journey, and she has to go through so much hardships in this series. Honestly, she has to go through so much pain, and even in times that are so rough, she never has to be afraid. She always has to remember herself and her, personality, and just remember her loved ones. "My name is Selena Sardathian and I will not be afraid." I just don't want to spoil anything, but just the amount of heartbreak that she has to go through from age literal 6. A huge thing happened in her life that left her really upset and scared and stranded, and then having to go through heartbreak after heartbreak of people that she has to lose, and going through all these tough challenges and just being the person that she is. It really requires a lot of brain power and willingness, and just it's a really powerful when those moments where Sarah J. Maas writes in Selena is trying to be powerful, and she's trying not to be afraid. She's really not trying to not break. Woo! Those Throne of Glass quotes are definitely really spicy. But now we are moving on to one of your guys' quotes. I'll pull up the first one that I picked out. But basically, Ash's Win commented, "Broken isn't the same as unfixable," and that was said from Aiko in the Lunar Chronicles. And I actually have this book. I try to pick books that I kind of knew about just in the comments anyways. So yeah, Cinder by Marissa Mara, the Lunar Chronicles. Thank you so much for contributing to this video. I actually really like this quote, and I wanted to talk about it because this is another one of those philosophical quotes. I just love those. "Broken isn't the same as unfixable." So this is basically something that you can fix. I don't really have much to say. It's just you have to remember that some things are repairable, and nothing necessarily is unfixable. You can always try to repair something. You can always just attempt to try things, because you only have one shot most of the times. Just go for it. live a little, repair it. I don't know, that's all I wanted to say, but I just thought that was a really good quote to talk about and wanted to kind of discuss it. Like, what do you guys think in the comments about that quote? And then we are going on to another one from Sarah J. Maas, but we are on to the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and basically this was from A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is the last book, but basically this quote is, "Only you can decide what breaks you." And again, this is another one of those, like, you know, inspirational quotes where it's like, keep going, like, don't give up, and, you know, I will not be afraid. You only decide what breaks you. And I think this one relates more to the reader because it says you, like, you specifically, only decides what breaks you. So, like, that's right, like, you get to decide that. So you shouldn't let, like, those small things, you know, hurt your feelings. You shouldn't let people get you down. I don't know, I'm so in the mood just to be inspirational right now. But yeah, I just really like how this quote, Sarah J. Maas is super inspirational. You know, she's like, you are the one that gets to decide who breaks you, so, or who or what. So, like, you know, you gotta just stay strong, because in the end, you are the one that determines that. So yeah, I just thought this was a really nice quote, and Sarah J. Maas does so well with, like, writing really inspirational, really motivating books and quotes and all that fun stuff. So yeah, good job, Sarah J. Maas. Alright guys, now we are delving into the Harry Potter world by J.K. Rowling. There are actually a lot of good quotes in here. I didn't even realize, I didn't think about that when I was thinking about book quotes, but there's a couple that I want to share today. So the first one is, "Working hard is important, but there's something that matters even more. Believing in yourself." And wow, there's like a common theme to all the quotes I'm talking about today. But, you know, believe in yourself. You got this. I guess it's all about the you today. So yeah, I really like this quote. Again, any quote that's really gonna inspire a single person or motivate someone to be their self. Believe in yourself. You got this. You know, I love those kind of quotes. And I will say this, like, one step, anything you're doing to accomplish your dreams. Like, let's say you have a goal to be a professional sports player. Every single hour you practice that sport, or, you know, you practice like that, you know, kicking the ball for soccer, or you practice throwing the football. Like, that's all, like, coming into practice, you know, like, every step of the way, you can do it. You can get closer to your goals by practicing, believing in yourself, and it's really you get to decide if you want to, you know, accomplish your dreams or not, because, like, you're the one who's in the main control of that. I don't know if that made sense, but, like, you know, you can't just expect things to come to you. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to do things to get to your dreams. Okay, and then another one of your comments was from Pockets Oof, and she says, "Here's a quote. I'd rather be punished for making the right decision than live with the guilt of making the wrong one for the rest of my life." And that was from Sophie Foster, and that was actually one of the quotes that I really, really liked from the Keeper of the Lost City series, because the Keeper of the Lost City series is filled with so many great quotes, and I can't wait to share them with you. But yeah, this series really is full of inspirational and, you know, just moral goodness in there. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, I really like this one because it goes, like, you know, with ethics and morals. Like, you cheated on a test, so would you be happy with that? Like, you're gonna be, you know, feel really guilty about it, or I hope you'll feel really guilty about cheating on a test or something, or cheating on a quiz. So you wouldn't just make the right decision. Like, live with the punishment of, like, not studying for the test rather than, you know, cheating on the test and getting the grade because you're gonna feel guilty. Like, would you rather feel guilty for, like, doing the wrong thing, or would you have that punishment for doing the right thing because it's just, like, about your morals and your ethics and your standpoint? But yeah, I just think, like, it's really important for you to always do, like, what's best for you, and if that is complicated with anyone else, then, you know, you just gotta live with it, but, like, do the right thing. I don't know what I'm saying anyways. Alright, so we have another quote from Harry Potter, and basically this quote says, "We do not need magic to transform the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already." And I think this is a really, really great quote. Another quote that we need to hear on a regular basis. But basically, I just think this is such a good quote because it's like, you do not need magic to save the world. You already have it in yourself. Like, if you have that drive, you have that motivation to make an impact, and you don't even have to, like, be a superhero or something to, like, really save the world. Like, you know, just being, like, you know, advocating for a social issue, or just, you know, telling someone that says something slightly wrong, you know, and correcting them. Like, all those little steps really add up, and you don't need magic to save the world. Again, you just have to do little things that'll help, like maybe pick up a piece of trash. If you're talking about, like, environmental, you know, like pick up a couple of trash, or, like, try to lower your electricity bill. Like, you know, there's a little things that you can do to save the world, and you do not need magic to do anything about that. And I really like how J.K. Rowling kind of, you know, like, circles back to reality almost in this quote. like, because her Harry Potter series is all about magic and wizards and saving the world, like, with magic, but she kind of mentions that, like, you know, it's the real world, so you don't need magic to do any of this stuff. I don't know, I just thought it was pretty powerful, and she had the right mindset while doing that, but now she doesn't have any of the right mindsets, so don't trust current J.K. Rowling, but past J.K. Rowling was a little bit better. Okay, and I think this is like the last Harry Potter quote that I picked, but happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if only one remembers to turn on the light. And I remember how I talked about this in part 1 with the candle, like lighting a candle is a happy thing, but it's also casting a shadow. If you're in a really dark room, you can always spark a light. So it's kind of the opposite things, like even if you're in a dark time, there is a way for you to get out of it. I've known so many stories of people that, you know, had a lot of terrible things happen to them, but they've been able to find things that, like, where they can kind of express themselves and, you know, get back in the groove of life. But like, and that's for me, that's like reading. Like, I know that's kind of my happy place, and so there's always gonna be something for you, even if you're in the darkest place, to be happy. And you know, you just gotta find that. Like, I mean, it's not gonna be like right in front of you, but there is gonna be a light switch somewhere. And yeah, that's what I want to say on that topic. I just don't want to keep talking about these for so long, because I want this video to be like so long to edit because I have school. Alright, now we've got a quote from KOTLC PJO fan. So we got a combination of Keeper Velocities and Percy Jackson, but I really like the second quote they said. So it's, I'm not choosing one of your paths, I'm making my own. And that was said by Hazel Levesky, Heroes of Olympus. And now I've never read that book, but I thought it was a good quote. So, you know, that's a little excuse there, but basically I just think this was a really good quote, because like, I guess like a lot of people push you into like paths, they give you options, but like, you can make your own. I know that for my life, it's like, I don't really care about like what people want me to do. Like, I want to eventually like have that choice, and especially, you know, have like options that I create for myself. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, you just gotta understand that you are the one that should be controlling your decisions, not even your parents should be making paths for you. You should be doing it. Develop into your own self. I don't know, I feel like some of what I'm saying is controversial, but I don't know, just make your own path. Let's just move on to the next one. Thank you so much for the comments. Okay, this one was from Scythe. Let me pull that out. But this was one of my favorite books of the year. It dealt a lot with, you know, kind of weird or interesting topics and ethical topics, so I knew there's gonna be a good quote in here. But my greatest wish for humanity is not for peace or comfort or joy. It is that we all still die a little inside every time we witness the death of another. For only the pain of empathy will keep us human. There's no version of God that can help us if we ever lose that. And that's from the first book, Scythe. And I really like this quote. Like, dang, it's so deep. It's like the importance of empathy and having, you know, those feelings for others. I just think that's so important for us to have, you know, like being empathetic, because that's what really does keep us alive. I can just see already that humans are becoming a lot more empathetic to things, and we're really improving in that category, and that's what does keep us alive. Because if we didn't have empathy for killing other people, what would we be? We wouldn't even be human, because like everyone would just be killing each other, having no, you know, moral compass. And I'm so glad that we're able to have that direction in our brain, you know, what's right, what's wrong, and you know, just having ethics in general is really great. I probably have to go free up some storage on my camera, so I'll go do that and we'll talk about the next one. Alright, so it turns out that I accidentally missed one of the ACOTAR ones, so I'm gonna circle back to this book. And also let me put this Scythe back up here. But yeah, this is a really nice quote from ACOTAR. It says, don't feel bad for one moment about doing what brings you joy. That's just another thing that comes with like passion and like, I guess, hobbies and stuff. Like, I also really heavily relate to that. Like, I am never ever gonna feel upset or sad or like negative towards this channel. Like, it's what I love doing. That's on period. But yeah, like, never ever doubt yourself for anything that you want to do. Like, always try to hit your dreams, but you should go and achieve it. Like, if you want to start a channel or something, go start a channel. If you want to climb Mount Everest, and then do that. If you want to become a pro skater, then do that. If you want to become an artist, then do that. If you want to become a musician, do that. Set steps for yourself and do it. Don't care what other people say. And also just be proud of like your unique things, I guess. Like, you shouldn't ever hide that from people, and you should just be proud of it. And I am becoming a lot more in that sense as well. Like, I'm trying to, you know, be more proud of like everything that I do. So yeah. Anyways, we got another one of the comments. Bella says, people observe the colors of a day only at its beginnings and ends, but to me it's quite clear that a day merges through a multitude of shades and intonations. With each passing moment, a single hour can consist of thousands of different colors. Waxy yellows, cloud spat blues, murky darkness. In my line of work, I make it a point to notice them. Narration death of the Book Thief. I need to read the Book Thief. I know a lot of people have enjoyed that. But I just thought this was a really good quote that I thought I would share with you. I don't have much thoughts about it, but I do think it's just really, powerful and philosophical quotes. I kind of got the reference at the beginning to like people only noticing the colors at the beginning of the day and the end, like sunset and sunrise. Like people only pay attention to specific things, whereas you really should be paying attention all day, every day, and really, noticing the beauty of life. I've really actually opened up to like things as well. Like usually like when I would go like hiking to like in the mountains with my family, I'd be like, oh, this is boring, yay. Like going to the top of the mountain and looking at like the landscape, oh, that's boring. But now after seeing like how pretty everything is, and like I really have more of an appreciation for beauty, and I think just that kind of happens as you age, then I think more things are beautiful and I start paying attention. But yeah, I just think this is a really important quote for you guys to consider. Oh, I need to flip my camera screen out, but yeah, I just deleted a bunch of storage so I can record, because my camera has storage. I didn't think about that. But let's go to the last two and then I'll do the last comment and then we'll go. But the next one is another quote from the Scythe series, and that is, death must exist for life to have meaning. And I know this is dark and depressing, but just hear me out. Don't go too deep into this, but just, if we all didn't die, then what would be the point of life? Well, there would be no motivation, there'd be no point to doing anything. And honestly, this actually makes me more comfortable with death, because like without it, there's nothing really to live for. And yeah, I don't want to go too specific just to trigger anyone, because yeah, like that's not really a good topic that I don't really want to talk about too much. This whole book kind of dealt with like death and immortality and stuff, so it goes along with like, if there's never going to be death, there's literally going to be no point of living. So the next quote is, if I can't find a good enough story, I make one. And that is from The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and it was this lovely book right here, which I really enjoyed. For some books, I feel like I don't like them after I read them, but I did like them while I was reading them, and this is one of those, like, I feel like I don't like it, but I do like it. So yeah, anyways, this quote, if I can't find good enough story, I make one. This is another one of those, like, if I don't choose one of your paths, I make my own. I love it. I love these kind of inspirational quotes, because people really have to consider, like, if you don't like your story, you gotta make a good enough story. I don't know, but yeah, you just have to really set your passions and you gotta drive, you gotta make steps, you gotta make progress, you gotta work towards things to make your story the best that you can. I just think that's another good important story and important life lesson. But yeah, you really have to just keep going, keep pushing, and make your story the best that you can with the resources you have. Alright guys, and last up, I've got a kind of fun little cute adorable quote that I haven't read this book, but like I think it's just such a cute quote, and I'll read this to you now. This is the last quote of the video, so why not end on a happy note? But I would come for you, and if I couldn't walk, I'd crawl to you. And no matter how broken we were, we'd fight our way out together. Knives drawn, pistols blazing. Because that's what we do, we never stop fighting. And that's from Kaz Brekker of The Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. And oh my gosh, I really want to read The Six of Crows and The Crooked Kingdom, like, duology by Leigh Bardugo. I really want to read any of Leigh Bardugo's books to see, like, what's so worth the hype, because her books are probably one of the most popular books, like, in YA, like, probably last year, honestly, because last year it was just popping off and I wanted to read it. So yeah, that's kind of the general theme with that. I thought that was just such a cute quote, because it's like, like, I'd crawl to you, and like that's just such a good lovey-dovey quote, like duo. I want to see like who Kaz is saying that to. I'm really interested, and hopefully I get to know more of the characters and stuff. But yeah, I think that's just really a nice quote. Thank you so much for contributing to the video, and for anyone who left a comment that I used in this video, you guys are awesome. I'm gonna keep using your comments in these parts. But yeah, that wraps up this video. Let's get into the outro. I've been talking so long, and I've been trying to get through this quick, but like on my mind, it's just, I have to talk about everything. So that wraps it up, guys. Thank you so much for watching another one of these parts, and I can't wait to keep making these. I really love talking about book quotes and all these philosophical ideas. It really helps me learn how to talk better, and I don't know, I just feel a lot better with these videos, and I don't know, I just like these kind of videos. So yeah, thank you so much to everyone who's contributing for these series, and if you guys want to keep leaving your favorite comments down below, or favorite quotes in the comments down below, then definitely do that, and I'll keep putting your quotes in these these videos, and I'll do one where it's like literally only me just reacting to your quotes. So yeah, that should be fun. Anyways, if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on this video. I really had a lot of fun. Hope you did as well. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more videos from me, especially with this series. I'll be having another part soon, hopefully. And you know, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be notified on your device when I post, so that's pretty cool. And also make sure to leave a comment down below. What did you think of this next part? Do you want to keep seeing more from me? You know, what other quotes do you want to suggest for me to talk about? And again, what are some of your favorite quotes and all that fun stuff? Or just what do you think of the video? I'd love to talk to you guys in the comments down below. And as always, I'll leave the last video up there for you guys. Just if you haven't watched that yet, please do. And also, the end screen will play in a second. If you haven't watched any of the videos on the screen, I'd really appreciate, as I'm trying to get monetized, and watching my videos really helps with that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, love you so much. See you on Saturday.
Everyone's lining up to see her. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper.